Hello, hello, everybody. This is Teresa Parker with Teresa Parker Art. And tonight we're going to do a round door hanger with this, oops, went the wrong way, with lemons and a welcome and a bow. My bow will be a little bit different. And the welcome, I'm actually, instead of painting the welcome, we're going to do a 3D welcome on top of the lemons instead. I just really like the 3D items. And I do get the wood from, I got this wood from Diverse Woodworking. They're awesome. They're out of Indiana. And actually I think they're also sold on Amazon now and or fulfilled by Amazon. I don't know how that works. Anyway, I'm not an affiliate or anything. I just really like them. They're really nice people. Small business, which is great. So this is going to take a little while. And I'm going to do the background on this 18-inch piece of wood. I did a tracer. I ran into some technical difficulties, so I'll have the tracer on here after the live broadcast. Sorry. And but I will post the video, and then you can download the tracer and then watch the video and paint along with me if you'd like. And so let's go ahead and get started on this because it's going to take a little bit of time. We're going to start first with a white background, which is great because no lines. If there's no lines, I can always talk. So I'm just going to use a pretty big chip brush. This is like a Home Depot, 25-cent brush or something. And I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to paint this background white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this kind of look like an old whitewashed fence that the lemons will be on. And I just thought this was just so precious. And I've really taken a light to the wood products. I really like painting on wood. I think they have a really good place, at least in my home, and as far as door hangers and some wood decor. And so I'm going to be I'm pretty excited. Oops, don't want to get my ribbons wet with paint. I'm actually going to be putting together a subscription service. And what it'll be is, I'm not even sure yet. I think monthly, maybe quarterly, but I think monthly. And I will send out a wood piece of wood that's already pre-cut, pre-designed for you. All the paint you need, everything you need to paint it and make it a pretty door hanging or inside decor, wherever you want to put it. And I think I'm going to start working on doing that. I think that'll be fun. I'll still do the paint kits, and I'll still do the paint party in a bag. All that you can still get all those from me if you'd like. I'm already pre. I'm not even painting straight line, and I lost my train of thought. I'm pre-drawn and pre-traced, so I still have all those available as well. And now that I've finally got my website up and running, I stuck my finger in the paint. Now that I got the website up and running, you can actually get on the website and order those as well. So the small ones are 15 and the larger ones are 25. And it includes everything you need to paint a painting, including the pre-traced canvas and everything. So I think this is good. So what I'm going to do now is set this aside. And I think what we're going to do is, since it's going to take a while, I'm going to go ahead and blow dry this. Sorry, it's going to be loud. But because I want to do this kind of in different, kind of thick around the edge, I want to get that off. But I'm kind of doing this in different layers. I want to make sure it gets dry before we put the stripes on it. And at least mostly dry. I want it all the way dry because we're actually going to use some wipes tonight. And use that little technique whenever I start adding the lines I'll show you. So I think that's probably good enough. We don't want it all the way dry. So now what I'm going to do is we've got some dark granite, which is gray. Oh, wow, this was new, and I think somebody already opened it at the store to see what color it was. I got paint everywhere. That's good. Okay. And a little bit of black. So right now I've got the dark granite and I've got the black, maybe black. Oh, I can't get it to come out of here now. Black, okay. And the dark granite gray, which is multi-surface apple barrel paint just from Walmart. 50-cent paint. It's awesome. What I'm going to do is, if you can see the brush marks, the brush strokes go like this. I kind of want to keep it that way. So I'm going to turn it so that it's kind of up and down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a round tip brush, get a little damp. I'm not going to use a ruler, but we're going to give this a shot. I might have to paint over it and do it again. But what I want to do is put the gray down like a line. You know, let's use a ruler. Because I know it's way too long. I'm going to make a mess of things. So let me find my ruler. It was right here. I'm just terrible. Let's see. Oops. Great. Sorry. Trying to find my ruler. Hold on one moment. Leave it to me. It's been one of those kind of days, I'll tell you, for Thursday. And oh, my ruler is not here. Okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take a piece of plastic, which is actually a clipboard. It's just a clear clipboard. And I'm going to use a little gray. I'm just going to make my lines here a little bit straighter because I'm just going to put the gray down. I don't want it on here perfect. And then just a little bit of black. And I did get the gray off a little bit there, which is fine. So now we've got gray and black, maybe right here. A little bit of black. And what this will do is you'll see when we start using the baby wipe, what it will do with the brown and gray, or the black and gray, is it will blend it really nice. So I'm just making a mess everywhere tonight. It is one of those days of being a mess. Okay, let's put one here. And a little black. I think I've had too much coffee today. Gosh, you see all the, kind of got a little bit of shakes going on. That's unusual. And maybe right about here. Let's add a little gray. And then maybe one more, about right here. Black and gray. Okay. So now, oh, sorry, somebody's coming to see me. My nose is itching. Okay, let's get a baby wipe. First, what I'm going to do is, it's just a regular old 50-cent baby wipe from Dollar Tree or whatever it is. So I'm going to get this off of here. And we'll set that aside. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a clean one. Because you know me, I'll make a mess of it. I'm just going to wad it up just a little bit. We're going to use a smooth side. And I'm going to kind of blend that black and gray into the white. I'm barely touching it. Okay, I'll get this black in. Might be a little too dry. And that's okay. Try to get a flat surface here, a flat piece of it. And I am taking quite a bit off up there. See, I did that, but what's really good is I can always add it back in. That's got a lot of black there, which works fine. Okay. I want to go back over here because it just seemed like I didn't have enough gray there. This is just kind of going to look like an old whitewashed fence, at least to me. And these aren't really damp. It's nice to have them when they're kind of, and it's fresh, but it's kind of nice when they're pretty damp. And it kind of spreads this real nice. And you do want the paint to be not totally dry. So I did blow dry it just a little bit because I had a lot of paint on here. And we're just going to keep going all the way over. And I kind of rubbed that in a little bit because there was kind of a lot of black there. And what I'm going to do now is, I think I'm going to just take my tip of my baby wipe. I put it in the black, and let's kind of put this line back in up here. And we'll just blend it in again. See how that blended in? And I'm going to take another baby wipe. You can usually do this with one, but you know me, I'm a mess. I'm going to take a little white, put that on that baby wipe, and I'm going to cover some of the black, some of the gray, where I think it kind of looks messy instead of stripy. Is that even a word, stripy? I think it's a word. Kind of like right there. It's kind of a little thick. So let me add some white right there. I think that looks much better. And we'll clean this up here and right here. And down here. So now I'm just going to go over this and with a little bit of white and a little bit of gray, and we will just kind of clean it up a little bit. I kind of had some black spots, and I wasn't really fond of those. I'm going to thin this up a little bit over here. That's kind of nice. I have a little white on the table. I'll just use that. And then over here, it got a little too dark. So we will just lighten that up a little bit with white. And I mean, this is almost like a dry brush. My wipe is pretty dry, and going over that. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. I have to hold it up and see it. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm trying to get it straight for you. So I kind of like that. It's funny because the software I'm using, so you can see both my hands, is StreamYard, and it's backwards to me, so it's really hard to keep things straight. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some of these little smudge spots. Okay, we are good. So this will kind of be in the background anyway. So I've got my mess here. Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dry this a little bit, and then I'm going to put the tracer on top. And excuse me, the tracer will be in the comments after I finish the live tonight. That's it. I had a little technical difficulties and didn't get the tracer on beforehand, but I will get that up there and posted. So it's kind of a black and a gray with a little bit of brown from the wood showing through, which I kind of like that. A little bit more rustic for me. And I want to see the lemons more than the background. My personal preference. So I'm going to get all this is 4 or 5 sheets of the carbon paper that I get from Amazon. And 4 sheets. And let's get that kind of in the center here. And I'm going to take my little tracer and I'm going to match it up to my circle. And that works pretty good. So now all I'm going to do is trace this on here so that you will be able to see where my lemons are supposed to go. And I'll go ahead and put that part in there too. The little squiggly lines, I'm not worried about those too much. As far as the outside edge goes, we will just kind of add those as we see fit. And I'm just kind of going over the lemons and the leaves, which are just kind of, half footballs. I'll get this on here. Little leaf. That was kind of off a little bit there when I taped it. I must not have taped it together right. That happens too. I'll be lucky if my words spell correctly on here, which will be good. I don't have to do that though because we're doing it 3D tonight. And that'll be fun. And this is just, I really like these lemons. I just thought it was just such a cute little design. And go up here. We get ready to hear the dogs just go nuts. I'm sure there's a squirrel outside or a skunk. Yay. It is spring here. And we did smell a skunk yesterday. So as long as we can keep the dogs away from them for a while, I'm a happy camper. Okay. So I think I kind of got that on there. I'll go ahead and draw the lines too. I kind of like these squiggly lines instead of guessing. And put our little footballs. We can just kind of fake that, make that happen. No worries. And the little footballs on the very edge. Boy, that was like on the very edge of that. Yeah, a little. If I don't like where they're at, of course, I can paint over it. And, oh, that's my Xena dog. She's talking now. Okay. My little footballs. Oh, yeah. There goes the little white dog. He's like 7 pounds. He's a terrorist. Okay, we're going to go up like this. And we're almost done with the outline. Sorry, usually I can have everything traced, but this time I really wanted to get that background on before we put the lemons on there. And if we forgot any, we will just add some later. So I did have some tape touched down. Oh, it didn't come through very well, but that's okay. It's on there. So now I think I'm going to start with the lemons. Oh, sorry, not supposed to use your teeth. Yeah, that's my 7 pound terrorist. Okay. I'm just going to get a little, I think, how do you like to use an angle brush. Must be thinking about your angel. And let's see if this one will work okay. We're going to try it out. Hopefully it doesn't have any blue on there. And it's kind of like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Ooh, look at that yellow. And I think what I might have to do is either 2 layers or add a little white to the yellow. Sorry, the dogs just came in. Yes, they opened the door by themselves. And I'm going to try adding a little white to that and give it a little bit of darken it up just a little so it's not quite so thin. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, there's one lemon. I'll add a little bit of white. And we'll go here to this lemon. And get that on there. I hope y'all like lemons. Do y'all like lemons? I'm thinking about doing one. I saw one that was actually strawberries. And I thought that would be just so cute. I really like the strawberries, like maybe even a basket or something. Wouldn't that be cute? Okay, we're going to go like this. Kind of lost my tracer on that one, but we're just going to get our lemon put in place there. And maybe make it a little more round. My big round lemons. Now I am adding a little bit of white to the yellow. And I lost my place here. I think that one looks good here. Oops, need to add a little more yellow. He always thinks he sees a squirrel or a lizard. He sees things that aren't there, and it's kind of funny because he just starts this barking and wailing. He's a little 7 pound Maltipoo kind of dog. He was a rescue. And that one that you're hearing barking now is the German Shepherd. He was also a rescue. We couldn't handle him for a long time. He was petrified of everybody. So we're going to put this in here. I had to add a little bit more white to this lemon. Yeah. And that is our old lady dog that you hear barking. That is Molly. And that means that somebody's in there bugging her. So let's see. Let's put a lemon here. He's playing with somebody. Okay, and I think that looks okay. You know, I think that needs a little white with yellow in here too, just to kind of cover up that background. And we might have to come over this a little more because that gray is kind of showing through, and that's fine. Let's see. Was there another lemon up here? I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be. I like uneven numbers, so let's see. I don't know if there was one there or not. Let's see. All I see is leaves and curlies. There's only 6 lemons. Let's see. Oh, where's my picture? Okay. Kind of 7 lemons, but there's not one there. There's 2 here, and there's 3 here. I guess there's only 6. Okay, so that's all right. We'll just do it that way. And maybe what I'll do is put the bow here. I'm not sure. I don't think there's enough room for a lemon. So it's got some curly cues. I'm just going to go over this one more time. I'm trying to kind of cover the gray that kind of is coming through the yellow from the background. I want my lemons to be nice and yellow. And the first time I did a little bit of white with the yellow to make sure I could get the good base coat. And this time I'm just doing the yellow to kind of brighten it up quite a bit, or a little bit. And that lemon kind of turned out kind of funky looking, but that's okay. And this one. Make them all a little bit brighter. Yeah, this is going to look good. I have, don't know if y'all see my blog. I have like a lot of sunflowers out front. And it's in a water trough out front. And then another little garden area with a chair that I decorated out there with sunflowers. And this will be perfect. It will still be the yellow and green, but I won't just overkill it with sunflowers. Although I love sunflowers. Okay. So a little bit more here because I can still kind of see that gray. Okay, so there we go. And we can always come back and go over it a little bit more if need be. Okay, that kind of looks like a funky lemon, but that's all right. I can have a funky lemon. So hope everybody's doing good. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bounce you. Okay, so now I'm going to take actually I'm going to use that same brush. Let's go ahead. And I'm going to use some of the darker green. Yeah. Sorry, using my teeth again. Bad. My dentist loves me. Okay. Let's use a little dark green. And we're going to paint 1 leaf of every set. So got some dark green, and let's paint this leaf right here. And remember, it's just kind of a half of a football. And I'll put a dark green one right. Let's do this one dark green. It's kind of hard to see where I put my lines. That'll work. And then up here we'll put one here. Right on the tip. And around that tip of that one. And we'll do one here. And you can always do the leaves first. I just knew that I'd have to come back over that yellow anyway, so went ahead and did that last. And then I'll put one here. We'll make this big one dark green. Okay. Alrighty, and now, oops, gosh, sorry. Okay, let's go ahead and get the light green now. We'll do the other one's a light green. This is a really light green. I might have to blend this with something else. We're going to give it a shot. Kind of like it though, because I don't want everything to be the same color green. It's nice to have the two greens running together here. Give a little personality. You know how I am about personality. I love personality. Okay. Go around this guy right here. And go over here. I'm going to put in a little leaf here. Once I get done with these leaves, what I'll do is I will probably go back over my yellow so it stands out even more, and then we'll kind of go over the end of these leaves with it. And let's do this one here. Okay. And I think, is there another one? Let's see. I don't want to miss any leaves because I want it to look right when it's all said and done. I think that's pretty good. I think that's good on the leaves. And now I'm going to rinse this out. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and use a thin brush. And I'm going to do the little, like a little detail brush like this. And I'm going to go ahead and do the little lines, the little squiggly lines that we went ahead and drew. And of course, you don't have to make them do exactly how they were on the picture. And I'm just going to put in these little buds here, little pieces of leaf or buds. They look like buds to me, but I think they're supposed to be little leaves. Okay, one right here. And let's do this one. And add some little buds to this or leaves. I don't like the shape of that one, so I'm going to go back around, make a little bit more round. My little kind of footballs. Okay. And then let's see, we'll do this one over here. And darken that up just a little. That's what happens when my hand comes off of the canvas, is that I got a little wonky. That's a professional word. That's a good technical word, wonky. And go ahead and put some more little leaves in like this. And let's see, go over here. I think there's one right here. And put that like this. So this just adds a little bit of personality, takes up some space, gives it, kind of breaks up the lemons a little bit. And we're going to go over here. Do one here. And we're going to go right here's one. I'm trying to figure out how to put my hand down on there. Put some of these little guys in here, a little bigger. So hope everybody's doing good tonight. It was a great day here. Gosh, it was like, I don't know, 80 degrees. You'd never know it snowed and was freezing and pipes breaking and everything last week. You would just never know. It wasn't normally like this every day. Dogs are loving it. The trees are blooming. We had to mow the grass. I couldn't believe it. Had to mow the grass already. That snow melted and that grass bloomed like crazy, which is awesome. So since we kind of live in Jurassic Park, as far as the bugs go in this part of the country, we're in South Texas and the bugs are just atrocious. Probably not as bad on the mosquitoes as Arkansas, from what I remember of being up there last week. It was, boy, the mosquitoes are crazy. But we have, some nasty bugs. We've got the scorpions and we've got, I'm going to add a little bit over here. And we've got the mosquitoes. And we've got the June bugs and the nasties. And so hopefully this hard freeze we had in the snow will get rid of a lot of those bugs. We're hoping anyway. Okay, so I think that's good on the dark green. So I'm going to use this little brush, and I have yellow. I want to add here to this lemon. And let me go ahead and I'm going to go around and add the yellow to the outside of the lemons where it's meeting the green, the leaf. I'll go like this, just to freshen it up just a little bit. Oh, that kind of turned green, didn't it? But that actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, and then we're going to go over here. Add a little yellow. Just to freshen up where it's over the green. Okay, now I'm going to take some of the lighter green and we're going to come out and kind of highlight some of these little leaves. So it doesn't look quite so flat. And sorry, you hear my dogs. Can y'all hear that? They are just wound up. It is definitely nice weather. All the animals were a little wound up today for sure. Okay, so that's the old dog barking. They're like family. You start to know their voices. Okay, got them up like this. And then what I'll do is I think I'm going to take some of the green and I'll also add it to the little, just in places like here and here. Just add it just to kind of give it a little bit of different color. And put it here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it is going to be a little whimsical, right? If it's not perfect, it's whimsical. So, okay, now let's see. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a little of the white on the green. Let's see. Just to kind of give a little bit of a little white because we are going to outline them in black. So give a little bit of texture. And I'm just going through and just giving it a highlight. And I'm going to go back over some of that in green. Just because I had a little too much white on there. That actually looks okay. And now what I want to do is, I think it's time for go ahead and add the black. So I'm going to cheat on this one. I'm not using a thin Mom and Pam. Oh, hi, Mom and Pam. Nice to see you. Sorry, I just got your notification. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use a Sharpie. It's I don't even know if, oh, there it is. It's just a Sharpie. I don't know the retractable kind. And I'm going to outline everything. And we are not going to make this perfect at all. You don't want it to be perfect. Let's go see. You might have to wait just a minute on some of these because I did add some more paint. So these guys are not going to be perfect. Well, I was going to cheat and use a Sharpie, but now it's not working. So it's going to make me use my little thin one. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you too. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. So I'm just going to kind of put this on here. And this is whimsical, not perfect. So we're just going to kind of outline the leaves. And in a minute, we'll go through and we'll outline the lemons. And the Sharpie will work, but it really does need to be mostly dry. Just, ink on wet doesn't work very well. And I'll put this up here. That needs a little more white, and I'll go back to that. And get this done over here. Just make sure they are painted. Okay, now I'm going to go around the lemons. And again, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a little whimsical look. I remember one of my teachers was telling me that, gosh, I just didn't like how it looked all up close. And she said, well, if you can drive by it at 10 miles an hour and it looks good, you're perfect. So, and if you're 20 feet away, go up like that. We'll just make a little whimsical look here. And let's see, I gotta put my little dots on there. Some dots. And oops, that's a little too big, but that's all right. I'm also going to go through and give the lemons a little bit of white as well. And brighten them up just a little bit. Take some white and let's just brighten the lemons. And that looks much better. A little bright lemons. What do you think? I think that's looking good. It's coming along, isn't it? Oops, gosh, sorry. Okay, so now, oh, it's funny because the outside, I painted outside of it on my paper. So there, it's a little bit more cleaner than it looks on the paper. Alrighty, so now what I want to do is, I'm going to let this sit for a minute, but I do want to paint the welcome. So I'm going to paint the welcome in black. I think it'll look best in black. And I just like this 3D look so much. So we're just going to paint this little welcome sign on here. And let the paint dry just a touch down there. And then we will work on the bow. So I have a neat way of making a bow, and it's not necessarily like my mom used to make, but it is just a different little kind of a whimsical technique, or a, I don't know what you call it, maybe, you know, westerny or country chic. I'm not sure what the term is, but I learned how to make these really cute bows. They just don't have loops, so it's kind of cool. They are different. Uses a lot of ribbon. Okay, we're almost to the W here. See if I can do this without getting it everywhere. So we're just getting this welcome painted up real quick. And I think this is going to look really good. Okay, make sure I got it all. So it's going to go about right there, I think. Or should I go with the grain? Should I go with the grain of the wood or go against it? Gosh, I don't know. What do y'all think? Go with the grain and go in the middle, or go against the grain and go across it like the wood's going up and down? I don't know. Y'all got to tell me on this one, because I don't know what looks best. This way with the grain or against the grain? Here, let me turn it. Or like this. I'm not sure. I think I kind of like it with the grain, but y'all tell me what you think. Oops, got white on there. That's all right. I mean black. So let me go over this real quick in some white. Okay, hide that in there. That worked out good. Got some black drops on here. Yeah, so now I just need to know if I should put it with the grain or against the grain. I think with too, Sharon. Mom says with also. Okay, like this, right? Okay. So we're going to set this side to dry. I want that to kind of dry best it can. And what we're going to do now is I have to set this aside or I'm going to get it everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to take some ribbons and we're going to do a very cool, maybe a very cool, bow. Let me find my scissors. Hold on one moment. Oh, gosh. What did I do with my scissors? Can't make a bow without my scissors. Sorry. I had them out earlier when I was doing my outline. And gosh, I tell you, I've had technical difficulties. Let's see. They got to be right here because I was right here. They're right here in front of my face. Okay. So Pam here. Hi, Billy, you rebel. Oh, against the grain. Okay, now we got, well, I don't know. We got 2 with, 1 against. We'll put it on there when it's dry and see. So I'm just going to take some, this is how long it's going to be. I think it needs to be kind of big. So maybe this big. I'm going to do 2 of these. And I'm going to crisscross them to make the base. Then I'm going to do green. I think we're going to add a little green here. Like so. I'll cut that off. And then let's see. How about a little black polka dot? And some yellow. That's funny. Billy's a rebel. That's funny. And then go this way. Okay. And I think I'm going to take some yellow. Ooh, that's really pretty. I think we're going to change this out. We're going to use this yellow because it's got a little white on it. I don't know if it actually shows very well on the camera, but this is much prettier ribbon. And we're going to take it like this and put it over there. And I think that's thick enough. I think I'm going to add some raffia on the top. just to be a little different. So let me cut some raffia. This stuff I love. It gets everywhere. It makes a total mess. I am sweeping up this stuff for days after I use it. Okay, so now I gotta go. Let's not use quite so much. Okay, so we're gonna use some of this, like so. We'll use maybe half and half. How's that? Just do a couple of pieces like that. Okay, now I'm going to use this. We'll just use the yellow. I'm going to pinch it together, turn it over, and tie it tight. Okay, so now on the front, got to get it tighter. Tight, tight, tight. Okay. So we're going to tie it tight. Then on the front, let me trim some of this up, get this out of the way. I can see where the sign's going to have to be. Get that everywhere. Now I can stretch it out. I think we're going to cut this back a little so you can see all the other colors. Like so. And this is just your wild kind of ribbon. And now I just want to kind of pull this together over here because I want it to look a little rough, not too rough. Okay, so there's my little country bumpkin ribbon, my bow. See that? Okay, so I guess now I have to look at the sign. Let's look at the sign. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's either going to be with the grain, like this. I kind of like that. I have to think. Or against the grain. Did y'all? Let me show y'all with. I think you see it a little different than I do. So here it is with the grain. I'll move it down a little bit, of course, get it in the middle. Oops, I'm getting black on it. Then against the grain. I don't want to set it all the way down. What do you think? I think I don't know. I kind of like the lemons with it against the grain. I mean, with the grain, right? Let me get a little more white. Sorry, I messed that up again. And I think maybe with the grain. This is also finger painting class. Okay. So let's see. I want to get rid of this too. Let me go through this too and go here. My little finger paint. I think. Okay, so now y'all have seen it both ways, and I'm just waiting on the. It takes a while for the comments to come through. Sorry. Okay. They both look good. Yeah, boy, I'm just not sure. I don't like that right there. Let me go fix this real quick. Okay, that's a little better. And I will have to fix that again. Sorry. I touched it and messed it all up, didn't I? Okay, that looks better. So, I'm just not sure. I think if I'm hanging it, it should probably be against the grain. So I think it should be like this. So I'm going to get some hot glue and we're going to stick it. We're going to see. We're just going to live with it. I think it's going to look good. So, oh, sorry. I'm just sticking some hot glue on here. I might have to use wood glue. We'll see if the hot glue works. Last night my hot glue didn't work too well. So now, about right there. That's about right. And so there's the welcome, and that's how it's going to hang. I do like it against the grain. So, Billy, you're a rebel, you win. So let's see now. I'm going to touch up a little bit of the black real quick. It's not, didn't cover all the way. Let's see. Oh, I got my bow in the black. That's okay. Go over here and touch this up. It has been a crazy kind of day. We had all sorts of technical difficulties trying to get online. Now I put the bow in the black ink, in the black paint, but that's okay. Let me get this off real quick. That's what these little wipes are for. They clean everything up so well. We'll just get that off of there real quick. See, it fell in the corner. Thank goodness there's black in that bow. Nobody will ever see it. Except for me, right? No, that's okay. Okay, so now I think I'm going to put the bow right here. Off. What do you think? Think it goes good there? Maybe you need to see it this way. Wait. See if I can do this without dropping it. Like on the corner, I kind of like it there. I don't want it right up, straight up and down. I don't like that. So, and then we'll have a hanger at the top anyway. So they may go ahead and stick that there, even though it's covering a lemon, which makes it look good because it gives us an odd number lemon, really. And gosh, I just have black paint all over the place here. So let me just stick some hot glue on here. Then I'm going to also stick some of these guys down just a little bit on the ends. Got a little glue on me. Just so they don't flip everywhere when the wind blows, because this is going to be on my front porch. It won't be in the rain, but it'll be on the porch area. Okay. So there is my welcome with the funky little bow. Can you? I don't shoot. Let me see. It's opposite, so I'm trying to get it right. And we'll turn it this way. There we go. What do you think? I really like it. I'm glad because it's going on my front porch. So I will put the trace. Sorry, that took a while. I will put the tracer down on corner is good. I like the corner too, Dad, Sir, Mom, or Pam. So I'm going to leave it like this for now, and I will add the hanger. I gotta get some of this glue off of here, and I will add the hanger to it, and I'll post it once I get hung out front. And yeah, I do. I like that a lot. I think it turned out pretty cute myself. So I hope you liked it. I hope you had fun. Again, I'll post the tracer and the video will be on here if you want to make your own. And I'd love to see you make your own and see what it looked like. So I really appreciate y'all joining me. I know it took, I don't know what, almost an hour, I guess. And but I do appreciate y'all being here. And I hope you have a good night. And I will post it once it's hung up. Okay, y'all take care. Thanks a lot. Bye.